and then I can send it to you afterwards. So we're
Cool.
yeah, so we're recording now, and I can email it to you after. Yeah, so that's my bad, man. I didn't get a chance to listen to the song you sent me. So did you want to work on that one, or what do you want to do today?
I'm kind of like I'm trying to figure out like
Yeah,
I guess like the whole package. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
the things I need to work on, and like where I'm not like appealing to people and stuff. You know?
Okay, yeah, that's straight. So, let me think. Okay, so obviously, like, yeah, sorry, because just some people I work with, like, they've never rapped a day in their life, so obviously that's, like, not you. Yeah, okay, so SoundCloud, and we got the sound. Do you, how old are you?
24.
24? Okay, I'm sorry, that might not seem like it's relevant, but I totally think it is. Just because, like, all those dudes, and so, like, I think you're on to something. Let me put it that way, right? And so, like, I'm not just, like, blowing smoke at you or whatever, but it's, like, the whole SoundCloud thing, right, to me, is really your house. Like, that's your wheelhouse, Like, that's what you're gonna, like, make shit off of, So,
Right.
understanding the SoundCloud scene. Because I know you're saying, like, stuff to work on and stuff like that. And there is some songwriting stuff, and we can go over that. But I also kind of pride myself on not just helping people, like, become the kind of rapper they want to be, but also presenting their skills in such a way that they get popular. So I'm not
Exactly.
saying that, like, working with me will get you 10,000 follows or whatever, but we will talk about ways in which better songwriting can lead to more people knowing about you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like simple stuff, and it's even, me and you have already done a little bit of that. Like that, what was that one song I gave you some advice on, you emailed to me, and I told you to repeat the one line at the end of the song?
Yeah, it was like you got me thinking about life.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's just like simple stuff like that, because like that's what, like, if someone is gonna be your fan, then they have to remember your shit. And an easy way to do that is to take your best line and repeat it at the end. And I think Lil Uzi Vert is really good at this because he knows what his best ideas are. So I mean, like EXO Tour Life, like how many times does he say his fucking chorus?
Right.
You
Like
know,
the whole song.
yeah, exactly, yeah. And so it's like, do you like Lil Uzi?
Yeah, I fuck with Uzi.
Yeah, man, he's tight. And so like that's one half of it, and obviously there are other things you can do besides just repeating your best lines. And then the other half is sort of like, have you ever heard someone use like the phrase SoundCloud rapper?
Oh yeah, all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah, exactly. So like there are two kinds of there are two ways in which that word can be used, right? And one is to talk about someone who's like not famous and sort of not good, right? So you might be like, oh, my friend's a rapper, but he's just a SoundCloud rapper or whatever. But then the other half of it is that like SoundCloud rapper comes from a specific genre. Like their music sounds a certain way, right? And it's sort of that fucking lo-fi emo rap hip hop. And
I've been really into like Lil Peep lately.
exactly, yeah. So like Lil Peep, even some of those other dudes, right? And so that's why I think like you're in a really good place because you're doing both of these things. Like SoundCloud is just the way people of a certain age find out about music, right? And so it's like younger people, obviously, right? But like I don't listen to SoundCloud, man. And so that just means like I'm by definition behind the times. And that's why I don't have like a breaking music section on my website. It's because I just can't fucking keep up with it, man. I can't go through SoundCloud. I can't go through Twitter. Because it's just not built into like my daily routine, but for people like you, so this is another way we're gonna talk about it, is like, how do you cultivate that SoundCloud sound, because I'm like, I know just from the kind of music I make and who I am as a person, like, I can't present my music in a certain way. Like, I can't rap about girls, I can't rap about money, clubs, and it's not even a fucking, because some people turn it into, like, a race thing or, like, where you're from, but it has nothing to do with that, man. I just cannot do it because I don't feel it, and so, like, your SoundCloud sound is really, an important part of this, because I think honestly that if you stick with it enough and you're consistent enough, you can use SoundCloud. SoundCloud is all you need, is what I'm trying to say. That you don't need to do shows. Maybe you already know this, but like you don't need to do shows. You don't really need a manager. You don't need to. God, don't sign any fucking contracts that give people your music. Just make it all free and just figure out the SoundCloud algorithm that will make SoundCloud give your make SoundCloud give your music to other people. And
part of that for me too, because like I'm not even on social media, bro, because I just hate that shit. Like,
same.
And that hurts, but at the same time, I fucking hate that shit, and I don't want the government like knowing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I got my reasons for it, but like, yeah, it would help. I'm not fucking with it, but like I guess my big concern is like I kind of have my package I'm trying to hone, right?
Yeah.
And here, do you mind if we take a second to listen to the new one I did?
No, absolutely. Yeah, I'm just trying to find a good way to play it on my computer. Are my texts on here? Shit, dog. Fuck. Can you text me? Where's my text? I'm on FaceTime. Is there no like text part to this?
I don't think there is text part.
No, I guess not. Let me. I could probably just enter in the address. Yeah, I just want to listen to it on my computer. Is all.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. What's the name? Fam is everything. Is that the whole thing?
Yeah, SoundCloud-Fam is everything, and it should be at the top of that. But this is kind of the direction I see myself going. Is kind of like with the guitar, because that's starting to be relevant, and I play guitar.
Yeah.
So
no shit.
I think I'm gonna add that in there a lot more, and kind of have that beachy kind of sound.
Yeah. And where
the rap, so.
Yeah, and where are you from? Are you Florida, or where are you at?
I'm from South Carolina, but I'm in California.
Oh, you're in California? Where did I get Florida from? Yeah, no, the only thing is, I actually lived in upstate South Carolina. So, like, Spartanburg, where were you at? Like, Charleston, or?
Oh, dope. Yeah, I've been through Spartanburg a lot.
Yeah.
Aiken by, like, Augusta, Georgia.
Oh, no shit, that far? Yeah. Oh, that's cool, that's tight. Yeah, I really liked it there. So, where in Cali are you now?
Santa Monica, bro.
Oh, no shit. Okay, cool. Cool, yeah.
This is my apartment right here.
Oh, is it? Living out?
Yeah.
You got the surfboard?
Man, what up?
Do you have a surf? Yeah. Tight.
I got my surfboard, and I got bed back here that I can just fucking fold up, and it's Tempur-Pedic, so I just like lay the seats down, put my bed out here.
Oh, really? That's not bad.
Good.
Are you? How do you get your music then? How do you get recorded?
I just record it in here. I got like a Motu. I run a SM57 through.
Damn, dog.
And,
that is some hardcore shit, bro. You're you're living it, man. Okay, cool. So let me listen. It's called Faded, right?
Yeah.
All right. Let me listen to it real quick.
Yeah, take your time, man.
Thanks.
Show you the world before it blows up. Boy, you're not my girl. Before the landslide, we can run down the hill. Roll down the fucker before my blood spill. Bleed like a pig just to bring home bacon. I can write love letters before my head's vacant. You could be my getaway, my vacation. I can do what you can't, create your elation. I am jaded, a little faded. Baby, save it. We can make it. I've gone crazy, but I'm not wasted. These things are basic. You say I'm great when I'm gone. When I'm gone. Tight situation while I'm looking for greatness. Insert wide vibes inside wide open spaces. Side wide eyes around heartbroken faces. When I cut ties, do devastation. All this fame is too much, but it's beautiful. All this creation is too much, but it's beautiful. Lose it for such a burden society. You can see the rhythm if you look at the tide.
Damn.
Or close up, or you're not innocent. Say I'm great when I'm young. I can lift you up. Yeah. I can lift you up and show you the world. Before it blows up, boy, you're not my girl. Before the landslide, we can run down the hill. Roll down the fucker before my blood spill. Bleed like a pig just to bring home bacon. I can write love letters before my head's vacant. You could be my getaway, my vacation. I can do what you can't, create your elation. I am jaded, a little faded. Baby, save it, we can make it. I've gone crazy, I'm not wasted. Students are basic, say I'm great when I'm young. When I'm gone. Tight situation while I'm looking for greatness. Insert wide vibes inside wide open spaces. Side wide eyes around heartbroken faces. Unite cut ties through devastation. All this fame is too much, but it's beautiful. All this creation is too much, but it's beautiful. Lose it for such a burden society. You can see the rhythm if you look at the tide.
Damn. Cool, man. Yeah, I think where are we? Yeah, I think I got the idea of it. Cool. So, yeah, so are you, so you played the guitar there, right?
Yeah.
Did you play the whole song, or did you sample it over and over?
I just sampled it.
You sampled it? Okay, yeah, cause, dun, dun. And are you self-taught on the guitar?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah, cause I'm just, what were the chords? Do you know, or you were just going off ear?
I think it was like an A minor and a D or something.
Okay, tight, yeah, cause it was, okay, yeah, cause I can't tell if it's me or the sample, but something felt choppy at some point, but that's small. Don't worry about that. Okay.
Oh, it's definitely got choppiness.
Oh, okay, yeah. It might have just been, like, how you took the sample, not how you played it. So just make it... Yeah.
Exactly, and the problem was I sampled it, and then I wrote, and I just, like, usually I'd set a drum beat.
Yeah,
do that,
but
and
you
then
did
rap over that. I rap first, and then put the drum beat on, so... It
okay.
made it kind of hard. I had to move around some, like, you know, hit kicks and shit. But...
Yeah, but honestly, I don't know if it's a bad thing. It might just be a different thing, you know? Like, it gives... Yeah. I gotta listen to it more, but it kind of... Whatever, I think it works. So the other thing is... Okay, so you said you got a sound and, like, putting together the whole package. So, okay, so did you want this... I really like the song, and I really love how... You got good, like, instincts, you know, is how I would put it, for, like, what things are. And even in that, you know, it's like you're willing... I can tell that you're willing to push the boundaries a little bit, because most people... Like, that's the whole song, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like, most people, you know, they would have simplified it or made it easier to understand, or not ended it in, like, that super abrupt way, you know? But... So to me, I can definitely hear that song as being like a great, even like a great album intro song, you know, because when you end so abrupt, it makes you ready for what comes after that.
I was thinking about like starting my set with it.
Yeah.
And I'm playing to like a beachier kind of crowd in Santa Barbara in like 17 days, so I'm just like thinking about like kind of it's only 15 minutes long, but I'm trying to like think about like how I'm gonna take them on a little bit of a journey, and like I got so much different types of shit I've done. I don't know, like I don't know how the best way to package it is, but that's just something.
No, yeah, I like that to lead off, because what I was gonna say, and I'm not gonna say it anymore, was I was kind of gonna be like, oh well, why don't you add a more rapping part, you know, to be like da 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 da-da-da-da. But now, if that's gonna be like your opener, I'm not feeling that, you know, because like the rapping is really what like amplifies the energy, right? So maybe like you end with a more rap part, you know, like end with a more rap song or a more rap verse. But for this, you know, because I don't just teach people how to make rap. I teach more general songwriting. I mean, that's even what I started listening to first, like Nirvana and Weezer and Radiohead.
Oh,
yeah, exactly, and old school people like that. So yeah, I mean, I really think this one works. Like, if you wanted this to be like a whole song or like a standalone project, then I might say like, you got to build it out. But if you want this to like start your set, and if you want this to like maybe be part of a bigger project, then I like how this is going so far. You know, it's just like that kind of thing can real easily drift into, you know, like if you make every song like that kind of lo-fi, it might just sort of wash over people and they might not grasp it, you know. So people who I think are really good at switching up their flow, and this is really I mean switching it up. So like here's how, shit, I can't text you here. Here, maybe here, I'm gonna text your phone because I like to take notes so the person can come back and look at them later. I
got a notepad right here too. If you just want to tell me.
Yeah. So I would think of it like this then. Write down 3 at the top. Put like vocal styles or voice styles, and then we're gonna talk about 3 different ones and how to think of them. So leave a little space under each. Yeah. So the first one, put talking. Put talking. Then the second one, put rapping. Then the third one, put singing. Yeah, and let's just do those for now, right? Okay, so let's start with, which one we want to... Rapping. Since rapping, you know, whatever. The name of the website is fucking Rap Analysis. So, so rapping, under that, put, like, more energetic. Put more engaging. More dramatic. And put verse. Write down just verse, like the structure. And put culture. Write down culture under it. And then under singing, write down chorus or hook. You know, like the structure. Then write down, contemplative. Yeah, or like holy or something like that. Hook, chorus, singing. Put slower under it.
Under singing?
Yeah, under singing. Yeah, so that's good for that. And then under talking, put intro and outro. Put calmer. And put ad-libs. Okay? Because this is how really good artists... You know, so those are 3 different styles of making sound with your mouth, right? And really good artists do all of them because they all do different things. Like when I talk on a song, it makes something different happen than from when I rap on a song. And when I sing on a song, it makes something different happen.
Like Kendrick's really good at that.
Yes, exactly, my man. Exactly. Things, you know? Yeah. So I would just want to kind of see in the future, you maybe putting all of these together. And it's kind of hard. Like, I'll be straight up. Like, I don't think I've ever heard any fucking Lil Peep. So this isn't my most well-known genre. But I'll get into them now, you know. But the thing is, like, the best artists, they move from one to the next in a really good way. Even on the same song. In order to kind of, like... bring the listener's attention to different stuff. Yeah, and like you said, Kendrick is really good at that.
Eminem, Andre 3000.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So even someone, and the tough part of that, which you can bring, is like, because a lot of rappers, obviously, have the rapping and talking thing down. And a lot of singers have the singing and talking thing down. But not many people, like Andre 3000, yeah, exactly, have all 3. That they've got the talking, they've got the singing, and they've got the rapping. So it's a lot easier to hear across albums. You know, do you know To Pimp a Butterfly, Kendrick's?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm thinking of, like, he's got his talking, right? I remember you was conflicted, misusing your influence. You know that? Yeah. And so that's that. And then obviously he's got the rapping everywhere. And he does have, I guess it's not him singing, but like on I, you know, there are some singing parts. And that's what I was so excited about with Drake, is that I thought he would be someone who could rap as well as he sings, as well as he talks, but he doesn't really have... I mean, I don't really love his rap and his talking. You know, he doesn't really do the whole ad-lib concept album kind of thing. So I'm trying to think of one good song we could maybe listen to, because that's like a big part, right, of sort of the lo-fi scene. Is almost like talking, but in such a cool way that like it almost sounds like rapping. Yeah. So if you want to listen to something together?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah. I'll get it up real quick. Oh, you know what? You know Kendrick's Damn?
Damn? Oh yeah. I love that album for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Well, like, okay, so you know his first two songs, Blood, the really short one.
Oh, yeah, talking about walking down the street.
Exactly, right? Yeah. And then, so yeah, you get this, right? And this is the end. That's not loud. Can you hear that?
Not really.
Why is it so quiet? Sorry.
Which song is it? Because I know, like, pretty much the whole album.
Okay, good. Yeah, it's just Blood. You know how, yeah, exactly. He's like, I'm walking down the street, and it's talking and it's calm, and then you get to DNA. And what does he do right away? But he starts fucking rapping. And like the calmness of the talking makes the rapping hit super hard, right?
Right.
Yeah, and so let me think, like, and you know, like I said, singers are really hard, cause
but you know, he's got his hooks in there and stuff.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah. I'm thinking of like
all that stuff.
Yeah, I'm thinking of like singing singers, like almost like do you know the Fugees at all? You know Lauryn Hill?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you know like Fuji La? Okay, yeah, so like Fuji La, yeah, damn. Okay, you're way ahead of me, man. Yeah. I'm trying to help you. You might be teaching me. No, the yeah, exactly. Because Lauryn Hill sings on the hook, right? And you think she's like, oh, she's like an R&B singer who can write really nice hooks, and she's lovely, and she's really nice. And then she drops in with this killer fucking rap that just destroys you, and so you can see how they're both working together, right? Yeah, so, like...
I think she even says some, like, grungy stuff in there.
Exactly!
Like a girl said that, which is, like, perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah, and so I think you could really do this too, because like in rap, you know, in talking, you can only really do it during the ad-libs and outros, but like when it's more lo-fi stuff, you can do talking during the bridge, right? Or you could even do it maybe during the chorus if you can find a cool way to pull it off. So I do like the faded thing. Is there another so yeah, just think about this before, you know, so you might even like set yourself a, you know, because sometimes I like to give little homework assignments that are hopefully fun. So you might even try to find a way, like this would be yours. Write a song that has talking, rapping, and singing all together in it, in a smooth arc. You know, so you might even like start off, come in with like a nice singing melody, because obviously you got a nice voice, but then like go right to a rap and then end with talking. So it feels kind of unfulfilled to be like, man, like that dude is like feeling some stuff, and when you end with talking, then it's sort of like unresolved, and it's sort of like there is no happy ending, is what I mean. Is kind of how you...
That might be a good song to end the set, right?
Exactly,
there, you
know? Yeah, exactly, you know, so you do that, because, yeah, okay, so beyond Faded, and I do, let me just skip through Faded real quick. Is it just you? There's no girl voice on there, is there? I can't hear well. Okay.
That's just me.
Did you only sing it once, or did you overdub it?
Oh, I overdubbed it like a lot, yeah.
I was gonna say, okay, cool. That's cool, man. That's cool. Yeah, I like that because I want it to be more, but I just don't think it's that kind of like it's not at that place in the track list. You know how like singles are always third or fourth. You know, I think this is like one or two. Okay, cool. So I'm going through your tracks. What else would you want me to listen to? Weed and Booze, or like which one?
Well, listen to Weed and Booze and tell me like what you think I'm doing wrong, man. Cause like I think I was just trying too hard. Most of the time, I just try to do a song like pretty quick. I might spend like a week on a song.
That's all. Yeah.
And that's cool for me because that's enough. Like I don't really like doing the beats that much, but it's enough where I fuck around with them a little bit enough to get the song done.
Yeah.
I love the writing part. That's what I like to do, and I love recording my vocals. So I get to do that a few times, edit, boom, it's done in like a week. So that's kind of what I like to do, and like. I'm kind of thinking about, like, I want to be one of those artists with just, like, tons and tons of songs where they build, like, a collective.
Yeah, that's tight.
Who I am. You know what I mean? So, but Weed and Booze, I was trying to grab everybody's attention, you know what I mean? And, like, that was the song I was trying to open up with, but I just haven't really listened back to it that much because I don't really like it that much.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, I can help you out there. Yeah, so have you thought at all about getting in touch with a producer, like someone who will make your beats?
Yeah, I'm like, you know, just kind of waiting for the right person to come along and stuff, you know?
Yeah, that's true. It is tough, you know, and, like, because I've thought about that, but I've always been, like a little control freak, right? And I'm just, like, I don't want to give it up, you know? But, I mean, I like your beats, man. Like, on that first song, I couldn't tell that you didn't like making beats, you know what I'm saying?
That's cool.
Yeah,
good.
All right, yeah, let me check this one out then.
Okay.
Shut the fuck up, Sonny. Shut the fuck up. I'm sorry, Mike. This whole thing could have been avoided. Shut the fuck up. Let me die in peace. God damn it! God damn it! God damn it! Spent all my money on weed and booze. My life is a joke, but you think it's cool. I drink and I smoke till I don't know you. I drink and I smoke, bitch, it's what I do. You can't tell me shit on how to live. You can't tell me shit about your kids. We all criminals without influence. We don't rule the world, but we're sick of it. Fuck the president, fuck the residents. We menaces, young lettucing. For the lesbian, for the Mexican, for the medicine. I'm not hesitant. Yeah, I got no chill. About to rage out like I got a will. Yeah, I live for the thrills. Put your hands up if you rage to kill. I spent all my money on weed and booze. My life is a joke, but you think it's cool. I drink and I smoke till I don't know you. I drink and I smoke, bitch, it's what I do. You can't tell me shit on how to live. You can't tell me shit about your kids. We all criminals without influence. We don't rule the world, but we're sick of it. My audio is propo for lots go. God damn it! Model hose is propo for lots blow. God damn it! Mixed two, we got a view, the skyscraper. God damn it! Mixed two, I'm on a view, be depressed later. God damn it! Yeah, that's that real shit. Coming with the realness. Yeah, that's that real shit. Twerking really feel this. Yeah, that's that real shit. Coming with the realness. Yeah, that's that real shit. Twerking really feel this. Twerk, 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 twerk. Yeah, that's that real shit. Coming with the realness. Hey, that's that real shit. Twerking really feel this. Hey, that's that real shit. Coming with the realness. Yeah, that's that real shit. Twerking really feel this. Twerking really feel this. Twerking really feel two levels we go. For the lesbian, for the Mexican, for the medicine, I'm not hesitant. Yeah.
Okay, man, I think I can help you out.
Yeah,
You
what's
cool?
up?
Yeah. So, all right. So I got. If you're taking notes, maybe write this down. If you want to go back or just remember it for next time. So I would say 3 things with this song, right? One is making the rap tighter, and we'll talk about how to do that. The second, if you want to go back and make the beat better, I would say renew the beat more often. You don't have to change the beat, but renew the beat. And I'll talk about how I'm using that word. And then the third thing is just about the twerk part. Mm-hmm. Okay, so let me take the last two first, actually, because the first one I can really help you. Why? Are you thinking about the twerk part too?
Yeah, I don't really like that part now. Like, at first it was kind of like a joke.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm not really feeling it anymore.
No, and that's what I was gonna say. Is like it seems like a joke, which is no. Excuse me. If it was gonna work, it would be a joke. But the rest of the song is not joking. So then it kind of seems to be like making fun of twerking, and plus it's not a beat a girl could twerk to, just like right there, you know. And so it's like that's the only thing. So I think there is definitely a song where Fam, what do you go by, Fam or just
Fam?
Yeah, I think there's definitely a Fam song where it ends with twerk, 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 twerk. But like this is not that beat. You know,
right.
Like I can tell, like you know the scene and you know the music, but like this is just not that beat, you know. So
right.
It's sort of like, you know, like Beastie Boys made "Fight for Your Right to Party," and that's an ironic song. And there's also
but the whole thing's a joke.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you're gonna make joking music or ironic music, like the whole thing has to be geared in that direction, you know. And so I just don't know if that is this song. But again, like it's definitely in your wheelhouse, man, and it sounds good to me. It's just like in the wrong surroundings, in the wrong context, you know.
Right.
So yeah, that's one thing. The other thing with the beat, right? So, and this is just beat making stuff, you know. This isn't songwriting. And when I say renew the beat, it's like you got a good beat loop. Right? You got a good beat foundation, the basis, with the snare and the bass kick, and your voice. But it's like, it plays too often. So what great producers like Dr. Dre does is they will add ideas to each new section to make it sound new. So like this is by Obi Trice, but the beat is done by Dr. Dre. And this is... in the first part, I think in the second part, he adds an acoustic guitar. In the second verse, he adds an acoustic guitar. In the third verse, he adds a solo violin. I might have it backwards, but let's just listen real quick.
Okay.
It's so fucking quiet. Here, let me see what I can do. Hold on. I don't know why that's so quiet. Hold on. The fuck? Alright, hold on. Sorry, I'm trying to turn it up.
You good?
No, that's not fucking Busta Rhymes. You can't hear that, can you?
I can hear enough.
Okay. So, there are a ton of instruments in this beat. There's a piano, there's a glockenspiel, there's a cello, there's a bass, there's a drum kick, there's a high string, and there's a synth. And then in the second verse, he adds something new in. There's an acoustic guitar around like the 2 minute mark. It's a little hard to hear for you probably. But then in the third verse...
I'm just gonna go back and listen.
Yeah, and just listen.
I think I know this song too, but...
Oh, do you? Okay, yeah. And then in the third verse, right down, he adds a violin in.
Okay.
And that's all. And so it's like, that's what I mean with renewing. Like, I'm not asking you to change the beat, but add little tricks, add little rhythms in there that aren't before. To just renew it, you know, like almost like recharging a phone battery or something. You don't throw the phone out, you just plug it in, and then it's new again, you know. So that's the only thing with the beat. But beyond that, I mean, it carries. it sounds like songs I've heard from SoundCloud that have gotten popular before, you know, and so there's that. But then the big thing is the rap, right? So let me open with it. No, that's the wrong one. Right here. Not here. Right, when your verse starts around like the 1 minute mark. Because what I want to say is that, like, the drama always has to be tight, right? Like, imagine a string that's pulled really tight, and, like, if you pluck it, it, like, flicks back and forth, right? And it's like, I'm not hearing that on here, and it just comes down to rap songwriting stuff, right? So first, what's your rhyme scheme on? Like, hesitant, Mexican, right? So it's like, you gotta understand what rhymes do in a song, right? Because for you to start off with a 3-syllable end rhyme on a series of rhymes that isn't super unique, and to do it for 8 bars or 4 bars, like, that should come later, man. That's like the end of the movie, you know? It's like, because there's this thing called pacing, and it's knowing about pacing your rhymes. And it's like you build up to more complicated rhymes. So you'll notice that most rappers, when you listen, their first 2 bars, like, introduce us to the song and to their rhymes. But they're not crazy. They don't go on for a long time, like 8 or 4 bars. And they're not long syllables, or they're not long in terms of number of syllables, like 3. So it's sort of like, yeah, man, like, you know how, like, when you go out to dinner, you get maybe an appetizer, like a salad first, and then you get, like, the entree? Like, you gave us the fucking entree first. Like, you gave us a big, huge steak to eat first, and I'm kind of like, well, yeah, I'm hungry, but you gotta whet my appetite, you know? It's like, you gotta make me want this steak. And that's what the salad does, because salads don't taste fucking like anything. And so then you get the steak, you know? And so
from North Carolina.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
everybody's like, kale is amazing.
Yeah, exactly. I know. Yeah, because my brother lives there now. Yeah. So it's like It's like you came down with this super heavy steak, and now it's like I'm sitting in my stomach, and I just feel sick, and I don't want to go anywhere. You know, and so it's like that comes later, right? You got to learn how to get us into.
Or is there I totally understand what you're saying.
Okay.
Just for my sake and for the sake of questioning things, is there a way to start out complicated and keep it complicated enough to, like, keep the attention the whole time?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And so that is exactly what Eminem's Lose Yourself is. Because Lose Yourself is the opposite of what I'm saying, right? His arms are, like, every syllable I'm about to say, more than half of them rhyme, which is, like, the most I've ever counted, you know, and I've done dozens of songs counting up how many syllables rhyme. You know, he does arms is heavy, palms is, sorry, how does it start? His arms are heavy, knees weak, palms are sweaty, vomited on his sweater already, mom's spaghetti. Yeah, like, literally almost every syllable in that rhymes. But then what does he do for the rest of the fucking song? He just keeps it super fucking complicated. And so, like, his approach is not, you know, because, like, in a movie, it's sort of like a curve, right? Starts out calm, gets dramatic, and then it ends. Eminem's is more like a fucking Tarantino movie, where a million fucking things are always fucking happening.
Right.
You know, yeah, exactly, right? You ever seen Reservoir Dogs or...
sure,
exactly. Like, it starts with the guy not getting his ear cut off. Okay, what's the fucking... Pulp Fiction, right? Pulp Fiction, the movie... the goddamn movie starts with them holding up a fucking restaurant, right? That's what Eminem is like. He just kills it, and that's why Lose Yourself is amazing, because he does it all 3 fucking verses, and that has to come down to the beat a little bit, because, that comes down to the beat, so I would not necessarily suggest always trying to imitate that. But to start off complicated, one thing you can do is, do it complicated, but then real quick dial it back to like, wink at the listener and be like, yeah, I know I can't start off that way all the time. But you always have to kind of communicate to the listener that you know what you're doing, right? Because Kanye West, you know, I always talk about Kanye West, because Kanye West is great because he doesn't hear the song just how he hears it. He hears it how you fucking hear it. and he knows what you know, and he knows what you don't know, and he knows what he knows, and he knows what he doesn't know. And so, like, Runaway, Runaway is a great fucking example of this. You know that song? It starts off with the big, it starts off with the big piano, and it goes on for like 50 seconds, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, 30 seconds. Listen to, write that down on like your listening list. Runaway by Kanye West. Because, dude, it's a fucking, how long is it? It's 9 goddamn minutes. And it starts off with 30 seconds of just one piano playing one note. And you gotta ask yourself, how many fucking other songs can you name like that? Like, none. 9-minute rap songs that are actually interesting to listen to? 0. But he knows that the song is 9 minutes long, so he's building up to that, right? He's pacing everything and making sure the listener always knows where they are, I guess is what I'm saying, So that's a good way to think of it. And I'm trying to think of so Eminem, Lose Yourself starts off complicated, and it's always complicated. I'm trying to think of someone who starts off complicated and then really quickly dials it back. I mean, I could find stuff, but, like, it's not quite the rapper doing it. It might be more like the beat. I mean, Runaway is kind of like that. But yeah, so if I were you then, like, you have to, like, heighten the difference, So then it's like you come in with a line that's like fucking, his arm, however Lose Yourself starts off. Arms are heavy, knees weak, palms are sweaty. Opposite. So, like, that would be like, to give you an example from my own work, I got this one pun, that I really like. And it's like, 6 puns, I guess. And it's all building off a baseball metaphor. So let's say I'm you. If you wanted to start out this way, this is what you could do. You could start off with the really crazy, double entendre wordplay. So mine is, the one I'm talking about is, I'll steal your fan base, baller, I don't bunt for such weak hits. And so that's like 6, right? It's all a baseball metaphor. Fan is a double entendre between baseball fan and fan of my music. Bass is a double entendre between a baseball base and, fan base. Baller is a double entendre between basketballer and baseball, right? So if you come out with that, then the crowd is like, holy shit. And then they're there. They're there with you. So I could imagine the song I used, let's say that it starts off with just me, a cappella, no background beat, and it just starts off really quick, like, I'll see your fan base baller out on bump for such weak hits. And then you have, like, attention, just silence, and then the beat drops in like fucking crazy. But it's like you gotta understand how a structure flows in order to do stuff like that. So my problem with the rap as you've got it now is like it's a little in between, It's not introducing us, and it's not throwing us into the deep end. And it really has to be either one of the others. So like Runaway introduces us. Lose Yourself throws us into the deep end. The example I just came up with throws you into the deep end. And so it's like, especially with the feel of your song, I would go with more of like an intro kind of flow.
Okay.
And yeah, and you should know, like, when you carry on a rhyme scheme for 8 fucking bars, then that or I can't remember if it's 4 or 8, but whatever, it was the longest rhyme scheme you had on the song. Like, that's like that's the final chapter of the book, dog. That's what we're gonna remember. Because in my mind, I'm like, well, if he didn't think that was his best rhyme scheme, then why the fuck did he carry it on for so long? And so it's like, here, I'll give you something. Well, the Fuji, so it's like, the Salam remix of whatever that is. Sorry, give me a second, I'm looking it up. Which one is it? Oh, that's not it. Is Manifest Outro? God, what's the one? Sorry, give me a second. I gotta find the song. Calamari, Fugees. Yeah, it's the Sly and Robbie remix. Add that to your maybe listening list of the Sly and Robbie remix of Fuji La. Because this is what I mean when, like, your best rhyme schemes have to be the longest. Do you remember the Lauryn Hill rhyme scheme from that? This is what she rhymes. Safari, Atari, Harikari, Yeah, memoir be, repertoire be, Rastafari, Kalahari, Calamari. And so it's like, yeah, like 4 syllables long, incredibly unique rhymes, tons of rhymes. So like, yeah, if Lauren wants to carry out that rhyme scheme for 8 bars, 16 bars, 32 bars, I'll sit there and fucking listen to it because it sounds like goddamn, like, my ears are just like in a fucking sauna. You know, it's amazing. They're just, it feels so good. But like, if your rhyme scheme is like Mexican, hesitant, then it's sort of like, you know, where are we? Where are we in the song structure, I guess, is what I'm asking you. So yeah, does that make sense, man?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Dude. And that's like a big part of like why I want like other people's opinions and stuff, because I kind of just go off of the creative, like, whatever I'm feeling at the time.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I'm, like, you know, understanding that there's laws and, like, certain things to go by that help, you know, all that package better, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And, like, you know, so I'm not hating. I think your
no.
Yeah, so, like, your strength is your artistry. And what I would bring up is, like, your specific knowledge of rap songwriting if you want to be a rapper. You know, like, all this stuff I'm talking about. Like, pacing and the structure, like, the dramatic arc of a rap. And then what it means when you carry on a rhyme scheme for 8 bars, you know? Because, it means certain stuff. And the listener, if they're a good listener and a smart listener, they know how to think about it. So yeah, and so there was that, because, and like, this is another good example, just a final kind of thing, is like, so you start off like this, right?
Yeah, for the Mexican, for the medicine, I'm not hesitant. Yeah.
Okay, so that's at the 1 minute mark, right? And then, but then this is what you're doing at the 2 minute mark. Not that. Sorry, I'm trying to find the right part.
Oh, you good?
Yeah, okay, so, and then 147, right? So, really, dog, like, you should just switch your part at 1 minute with your part at 147. Because what's the thing about 147? You take pauses, right? You take pauses.
Okay.
Pause. 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 Right? But, like, why are you pausing at what should be, like, the most climactic part of your song, you know? Like, when you talk more and when you rap more, that ups the energy, right? So it's almost like those two parts should almost be, like, switched with each other. Because then when you pause, it kind of just, like, stops the song's forward roll, you know?
Right.
You know, and so if you want to start off with, like, a part like that at the start, and that would be really good for crowd interaction, because then, like, maybe you get them to say something back in the middle there. But that's how I'm thinking, you know? Like, pauses should come at the start of a song before we've really hit our stride, right? And gotten going.
Right.
Getting to go, and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, it's just small, you know, it's small stuff like that will make a huge difference in the end, though. Because then the whole song feels tight, and the whole project flows, and it's clear that you know what the fuck you're doing. And, you know, people who just want to feel good and people who want to understand cool music will both like it, you know. You'll get the heads, and then you'll get the popular people, the people who just want, you know, the show or whatever. And so, you know, like fucking Eminem, right? Everyone loves fucking Eminem. Even, like, the people who study it and the people who just want something good to listen to. And doing stuff like that will kind of be both. Yeah, so that's all.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, this is the type of shit I like to work on, because,
Yeah, cool.
It's like, I don't want to just be like a SoundCloud rapper where it's like lo-fi and it's like, you know, it sounds lo-fi and it's pretty catchy, so it is what it is. You know, I mean, I want there to be some structure and, like, you know, all that shit and stuff. And, like, I got really tough skin. Like, my family's British and they're, like, mean as fuck, dude.
Oh, really?
So, like, don't ever like hold back.
Okay, cool.
Take any type of criticism.
Okay, cool. Yeah, man. Yeah, that helps me out. Yeah, because I can, like the SoundCloud thing. Yeah, because, like, I can tell, like, you've got an ear for a good chorus and it's all catchy. It's kind of like just working on the parts that come in between the catchiness, so that when we get the catchiness, the cool hook, the cool sound, the cool line, then it's like fucking heaven, and not just like, oh yeah, this is good, but it's like, I gotta listen to more of this guy's shit, right? Because everyone will listen to something once, but you gotta give them a reason to listen to it twice, you know.
How do you think about all that analytical side of the songwriting process? How do you, because the way you were describing it, you know, kind of goes back to the, like, you're looking at the song kind of like a relationship almost. You don't want to give yourself too much to, like, some new bitch you're talking to or something.
Yeah.
You gotta be like, it's kind of smooth with it, and that's how I started thinking about music. So in your opinion, like, how would you, as far as the technical aspects and where you speed up and slow down and stuff, how would you describe that relationship?
Yeah, so it's mostly, okay, well, if you're talking about the specific arc on a song of where you slow down and speed up, you know, it's like any movie. It's really easy to think about it in terms of movies, right? Things are calm at the start, and things are calm at the end, and it slowly builds up to a climax, right? So, like, fucking, like, I love the Batman movies, you know, the Chris Nolan ones, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right, yeah, so, like, there's an interesting opening scene, but, like, we haven't met Harvey Dent yet. He hasn't become Two-Face yet. We don't know how crazy the Joker is yet. Batman hasn't shown how crazy, how much he wants to die yet, you know, so it's like two-thirds of the way through a song, everything should be at its most dramatic.
Okay.
And that's just, like, sort of almost a law. And it's a simple way to think of it, but also, man, it's kind of fucking true. And then, like, yeah, just ending the song, and that's why people play it out. Now, if you're asking about, like, how I incorporate the analytical side into the actual songwriting process, first off, you should know, and this is just what I believe, like, it will come with practice. It'll come with practice. So, like, you might think, like, man, I haven't been able to put into use what Martin told me, and I'm not good. But it's like, this stuff happens without you seeing it, right? It's like, you won't even realize it. Because, you know, some people are sort of like, I don't want to learn too much about music because I think it will, like, stunt my growth. I won't be as creative or whatever. But that's not the goal. The goal is, like, muscle memory. Right? Because when LeBron James goes to shoot a fucking free throw, is he thinking like, oh, keep your elbow tucked, come down, only bring your eyes up at the last second? Like, no. He just practices it enough until he doesn't even have to fucking think about it. So that's what I would say. It's like, at first, it seems like a grind, but then, like, 6 months later, man, you will bring a song back to me, and like, you would have nailed it without me even, like, having to fucking say anything at all. So that's the other part of it. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, because definitely, you know, like, this sort of genre, like, do you know Nothing, Nowhere, that band? Oh, okay. I mean, this dude, he's a, you know, quote unquote SoundCloud rapper, but he, if you want to look, I actually haven't heard any of his shit, but he, topped a whole bunch of year-end best album lists, which, like, for a SoundCloud rapper from fucking Vermont, who makes his own beats, who makes his own rap, that's pretty goddamn amazing. So maybe you hear stuff in that you really like.
He's called Nothing Nowhere?
Yeah, and I think you really dig his style, man. I don't know, he kind of sounds like he's like you, dog. I think he lives out of his car in the middle of nowhere in Vermont, and he's just a super chill fucking guy, who happens to, like, love emo and rap in equal parts. Cause yeah, what did he say? He loves, I'm looking for, like, a list of his influences. But anyway, I mean, he loves, like, fucking Dashboard Confessional, Brand New, shit like that. Yeah, and
all
so,
the old school emo shit.
yeah, exactly. And, like, dog, if you can make that cool, then, like, okay, you're probably a pretty good fucking musician. But yeah, he was in the New York Times a whole bunch, and he topped year-end album lists. But he's one of those dudes, like you're talking about, who isn't just catchy, who doesn't just have the sound, but he's got, like, that technical, analytical part to it, right? So yeah, what are you thinking next? Like, do you want to talk, I mean, because we got 4 minutes left, so I'm just wondering if what's, like, your next project? And is that, like, the show or the album? I sort of just want to hear what your next musical plans are, kind of.
My musical plans are, I guess like, I'm just like, I'm looking at music like this chick, like this fine ass chick,
Yeah,
like this
yeah.
nice ass vagina that I'm just trying to get wet, like
Yeah,
all
yeah.
the time, like so much where like I'll fucking die one day and people are still stuck on my dick, you know, just listening to my shit. What do I like?
Yeah.
Like there's so many subtleties, right? There's so many subtleties to doing that and psychological
Yeah,
aspects. I'm trying to like collect all that shit, dude.
Okay.
You know?
Okay, so are you just like in a experimentation phase almost, just trying stuff out?
Yeah, kind of trying to find my sound and what works and stuff, and thinking about like the psychology of everything, and like
Yeah.
before I just start a song and like get creative and just say and do whatever, I'm trying to think about like the psychology of like how I'm going to connect to my listener and like
Yeah.
engage them, you know?
Okay, cool.
How do I engage people more?
Cool.
And make them care and shit, you know?
Tight, yeah. And I think giving people different looks goes a long way towards relating to them because, you know, you write one song, let's say it appeals, let's say you got 100 people in the audience, right? You write one song, you got a certain chance of appealing to a person, but you write two songs that are sort of different from each other or like different variations on each other, then like you've got a better chance to reach more people, you know? And so it's like, that's what I think like Nirvana was good at, kinda, is like, yeah, like their lyrics might have been similar, but they sort of presented the same emotion in a million different ways, and then that's how they were able to touch so many people, you know? Like their Unplugged is fucking great, right? And but Nevermind is fucking great. So it's like, how do you, that's all I would say. Because I mean, they were definitely like, they brought that kind of I think they definitely thought in the way you thought. Let's just put it like that, right? I mean, Here We Are Now, Entertain Us, that fucking lyric is like the entire Nirvana career in 6 or 7 words in a good way.
And I'm contagious and all that.
Yeah,
you know, like,
yeah, exactly.
Lifestyle and shit.
Or like the shit about Polly. What's the song? I don't know if I got their album on my computer.
Polly wants a crack.
Exactly, yeah.
Maybe I should get off.
Yeah. Or this one, Drain You. Yeah.
Which one?
Drain You. You know.
Oh yeah, Drain You's cool.
Yeah, but like it just sounds so musical different from Polly, right? But like it's kind of like the same emotion, so it's like the similarity isn't really musical, it's not really like lyrical, it's just the emotion. So maybe if you get like into that sphere of thinking and, you know, meeting your audience, obviously, which you'll do, that might help you out too.
Nice. I like the song Underneath the Bridge.
Oh yeah. Which one's that?
I think it's called Underneath the Bridge, or no, Something in the Way. Something.
Oh yeah. That's not. Oh no, here we go. Yeah, it's the last one.
That's a good song. So
yeah.
Okay, so how about like for homework and shit? Like you said the rapping,
talking, singing on one
song.
That might be cool.
Okay.
Cool. All right, yeah, man, and then just send it to me, whatever you got, in a few weeks, and we can meet again if you want.
Let's do it up, man.
All right, cool, dog, sweet, man. Yeah, good luck. What time? When's your show? What day?
It's on the 17th of February.
Ah, cool. That's awesome. Is that your first show, or what is it?
It's my first show that's not like an open mic, so yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, well, good luck, man. Let me know how it goes. All right, I actually have I got to do an interview at this point, so I got to bounce.
All right, no worries, man. And our stuff, like, I'd like to keep the video chats just between us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't want it on YouTube or anything, because sometimes I put those up. Okay, yeah, that's straight. I'll put it on Google Drive and then send it to you. It might be a big file, but let me know if you can't get it. It should be fine though.
Okay, and I got all these extensive notes too, so you know that
you should be okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, well, yeah, awesome, man. Awesome. Good luck at your show, dog. I'll talk to you later. All right.
All right, buddy. Take care.
All right, yeah, peace, bro.
Thank you again.
Yeah, of course. Bye.